So, for today's sermon, I want to talk to you about the concept of the whole picture. Okay? So, I want you to play a little game with me. You'll try it, okay? Everyone, just close your eyes for a second. Okay? Close your eyes, everyone. I see you. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. Imagine you're in a room, any room, and it's completely dark, right? The windows are shut, the curtains are shut, you can't see anything, zero visibility. Now imagine you pull out your phone and you turn on the light, and then you shine the light in the room. You shine it to the right wall. Imagine what you would see. You would see the shape of a cone, right? Whatever the light goes out, you would see a little bit of the shelf, a little bit of the wall, a little bit of the window. Now take your phone and go to the left. You see the middle wall. Then you see what? Oh, you see a shelf, you see a bed. Take your phone and go to the left wall. What do you see? Maybe you see a computer table, you see a shelf, a cabinet, right? Now, imagine in your head that someone turned on the lights completely. What can you see now? You can see the whole room, right? Everywhere you look, you see the context of, is this next to that? What's bigger than what, right? So open your eyes. Now, here's the comparison there. In life, we wander through life. We live life. We look at our friends. We look at our people. We only really get to see the size of a cell phone, right? The angle of a cell phone. That's all you get to see. You don't know what people did today. You look at each person. You don't know their health. You don't know their emotional state. You don't know their relationships. You don't know their parents, how they raised them. You don't even know their history. Sometimes we don't even know their age. We don't know their health. We don't know their sickness and how they feel. You don't know. All you know is just what you see. But the scary thing is, we are so overconfident. What we see, we say, I know you. I understand you. I get it. And we're so quick to believe that one little slice of picture that we saw. But you know what we're missing? Other than the whole picture, we're missing the context. We're missing the comparison of like this compared to this compared to this. What about this in relationship to this? If you just saw a cabinet in a dark room on the way to the door, you would say, this is in the way. But if you turn on the lights and you see that this is the only place for the cabinet, otherwise there would be no cabinet, you say, okay, I can accept a cabinet here. It's so easy to overlook things because we're so lazy. We just want the answer really quick. We just want to make a decision really quick. We don't take the time to actually find the information. I want to tie this into a story that I've been reading about Phra Mahakassapa. He was one of the fourth most important monk, they say. So there's the Buddha, Sariputta, Moggallana, and then the father of the Sangha was named Mahakassapa. They called him the father because after the Buddha died, before the Buddha died, Sariputta and Moggallana already passed away. And so it was just the Buddha and Mahakassapa. And then the Buddha passed away, and Mahakassapa was the most senior left over, and he lived for a long time. So they called him the father of the Sangha. Now, what happened was, when the Buddha passed away, Mahakassapa wasn't there. He was out, let's say, like in Oakland or something. Like he was not at the place. And the monks that were with him, so at first they saw a naked man walking by holding a mandarava flower. I might have mispronounced it, right? But it's like a mandarava flower. And Mahakassapa knew that this flower only existed in heaven. It doesn't exist on earth. And so to see some random naked ascetic carrying it, something weird had to happen. So they asked him, where did you get this flower? And they said, oh, did you not hear? The great Buddha passed away a week ago. Immediately upon that news, I mean, you can just imagine it yourself, right? Like I'm getting emotional just thinking about if I was there. Some people started crying like uncontrollably. They were like, the Buddha's gone from the world. He's gone. Like, how can we exist? What are we going to do? The Buddha's gone. I can't believe it. Like, where were we? All these emotions were coming in. Of course, all the arahants were still. They might have had a tear or two, but they were not like losing control. But there was one guy, one monk, one dude who said to his friends, friends, brothers, do not cry. Do not despair. This is not a moment to be sad. This is a moment to be happy. And everyone looked at him and said, what do you mean? The person who made all the rules is gone. We don't have to follow the rules anymore. We can do what we want. We can say what we want. We don't have to do this, don't do that. There's no one to tell us this is wrong, this is right. We're finally free. Why are you crying? Now we can go bintabat, get food, and eat it when we want. We can have this, we can have that. We can do whatever we want. Why are you sad? And so, because of that guy, I don't know what happened to him. No one knows what happened to him. But because of his words, it caused Mahakassapa to feel, you know what? We need to have a meeting of the Sangha and make sure that this doesn't break. The religion doesn't break the day after the Buddha passes. And they created a great Sankhayana, which means the great meeting of the monks, where they wrote down all the rules. And that's where we get the Tripitaka from. The books of the Buddha's Bible came from this. And so what I wanted to relate to you is the whole concept of the whole picture. You know, the monk who said, we're so lucky that we don't have to follow the rules. We're so lucky that the teacher is dead, so he doesn't have to force us to do anything anymore. We can laugh at him, and we can call him an idiot and a stupid man or whatever. But you got to understand that that person, he didn't understand. He only saw the bookshelf. He only saw a little bit of light. A lot of his vision was dark. He didn't understand the benefit of the rules. He didn't understand the benefit of morality, and he didn't understand karma. He didn't understand. He was selfish. He wanted his own way. He didn't understand. How can you blame someone who just doesn't understand? He wouldn't act that way if he understood. It was because he didn't understand that he acted that way. The question is, what about us? Do we understand karma well enough yet? Do we understand rebirth, heaven and hell, and consequences to our actions? If not, we're no different than that stupid monk who said we're free. In fact, losing the rules, losing the Buddha was a big loss to the whole world. But if you don't have the perspective, you might not realize it.